Here is Benedict Cumberbatch, who plays Alan Turing in The Imitation Game, which is absolutely sensational. Benedict, this is an incredible story. Put your umbrella up.
And it's raining
pretty grim out here.
It's October in London. It could be worse. Could be a lot worse.
Absolutely amazing story, and one you couldn't make up. It's amazing that people don't know more about it.
Well, that was what I was just blown away by when I read the script. I was aware of him, Alan. I guess was Breaking the Code, the fantastic play that Derek Jacobi was so superlative in as Alan Turing. But I couldn't quite believe the full extent of his life and achievements, and I think most people seeing the film for the first time are also shocked to understand why it isn't until now that we're finally, post-pardons and his centenary and exhibitions and fantastic biographies such as Andrew Hodges' one, being, everything is available, but why is it now that we're fully appreciating what his contribution has been to the modern computing age, to science in general, as a philosopher, a mathematician and a biologist? I mean, he's multidisciplinary, and
not to mention the Enigma code. I mean, Churchill said that he was the single most important person in winning the war.
There was a huge team at Bletchley Park, and he did spearhead Hut 8 and was in charge of some of the most significant moments in taking the Polish code-breaking machine a step further with the bomb, which was mechanising the process of de-encrypting these encrypted messages that were foxing the UK. I mean, we were really on the brink of a lot of problems. We were being sieged as an island. All of our supply boats, merchant navy, were being sunk by U-boats. It was a really critical moment in the war.
But it's an incredibly tragic story as well, isn't it? I mean, he came to an unbelievably tragic end.
Absolutely. I mean, to sort of summarise it in a very simplistic nutshell, having been a war hero and preserving the democracy and the freedom of the government and people, that government and people then turned on him as a gay man and prosecuted him for his sexuality. And he, along with thousands of other men who were prosecuted for what they described as moral indecency, which is, it's beyond the pale to think of it in terms of that now, was given the choice between 2 years jail and 2 years chemical castration, which involved weekly estrogen injections. And it's a horrific truth and a part of our very recent history. And
he was pardoned posthumously by the Queen. Do you think that's enough? Do you think more needs to be done to honour him?
Naturally I do. I'm very sympathetic to the man, as I think most people who will see this film will be, and he's incredibly important to our culture. Everything we have in our hands, from mobile phones to the idea of what an algorithm is. Every time we use a search engine on Google or any other format, that's using algorithms that he put in place. I mean, his impact on the world and his tragic early demise and his extraordinary effort with a load of other extraordinary quiet stoic heroes in the Second World War to break the Enigma code and save millions of lives by bringing the war to an early conclusion. Some estimate, 14 million, I think, something like that, 2 years early. That's what the estimates are. It's something that deserves, I would say, national hero status. He should be on the back of a banknote.